Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you fine. Kevin is the CFO of 3PL, an investment executive with over 25 years experience in the financial services industry. And you have some keen insight in developing professional and personal relationships. Go ahead.
Well, thanks. I don't have a presentation, so you're going to just have to look at me. Actually, 20 years ago, I married a woman named Donna Miller.
You did?
I did, and she scares me. She's upstairs right now, but she's the one that's keeping me in the basement for a couple of weeks, right? Since I came back from Oklahoma, being around Roshan and guys like Mick. I mean, she got real concerned about who I was hobnobbing with. But anyway, I actually live in McLean, Virginia, but I've spent 20 years in Oklahoma. Lived in Broken Arrow, and actually, spent most of my career, 30 years in direct management experience in public and private companies. The most recent 20 years I've spent as president of Manhattan Construction Company, which is based in Oklahoma, based in Tulsa. It's the oldest company in Oklahoma. Did the Oklahoma State Capitol, the arena downtown, the Cowboy Stadium, a lot of big fun stuff, right? So I was there for 20 years, and so I've spent my career kind of driving, shareholder value from the inside, right, from the operational side of the business. We grew that company from 100 million to where it was almost $3 billion, right? So I think it's the second largest company, private company in the state of Oklahoma to Love's, and just a great company. And it's actually a woman-run company now. Rooney Holdings, Francis Rooney's company is run by his daughter, Kathleen. So there you go, right? So I've got 3 daughters and 5 granddaughters. So I'm surrounded.
Fantastic.
Surrounded. I got 2 male dogs just to balance it out. But so for me, the experience of balancing out like the work and financial lives of 3,000 employees, plus the obtaining the maximum return from the shareholders was kind of that was where I've got my experience. And so I left that in 2018. I started my own company, EFM Integrated Solutions, which is a consulting company that kind of helps people, impart some of the lessons I've learned in my career. I've done that to other companies in the U.S. and in Canada. It's been a lot of fun, and notably, I'm into business simplification. I like simple stuff. I like engaging employees and looking forward rather than backwards. So I spend half my time doing that, and then I also kind of went out to look for an opportunity that I could grow from the ground up, and had a lot of opportunities in renewable energy space, sustainable energy. We did a lot of solar work at Manhattan. Did some trash to energy plants, and went around looking for that and came across a project, which is how Roshan and I got to meet. But I found a project in Nevada with 2 smart geologists that is maybe the largest find of rare earth metals in the world, right? So that's kind of what I'm working on right now. And when I was looking for this project, I was kind of looking for a project, in my mind, I had kind of 5 criteria. I kind of wanted, I wanted a project where they perfected the science before they perfected how to raise the money, right? So a lot of projects in this industry that we're in this rare earth and exploration industry, they think they have a find, and then they go out and raise the money. They raise a ton of money, pay themselves mega salaries, and then they worry about the science. We're kind of going opposite. We're worrying about the science first, and we're raising money as we need it, but we're not raising gobs of money. So second was a market that has a significant demand supply imbalance. One of the major items that we have in this find is lithium. We may have 15 million tons of lithium, which would be, again, maybe the largest find, definitely in North America, if not the world. The market for electric cars, and you always hear about Tesla, but it's really the big 3 that are going to drive the demand for electric cars and lithium. We're going to have a significant supply-demand imbalance when we're ready to come to market in 2022, and for us, it was just a great time to hit the market. 3, we wanted something that would protect the environment. Okay, we are not hard rock miners. We found a lithium brine. I'll talk a little bit about the project in a minute, but we found a brine that is environmentally friendly. We extract what we need, and we stick 88% of the water back into the earth, right? So again, like you were talking about, Donna, something sustainable, right? Something that's not going to adversely affect the environment. We've got owners. The owners in this project, the 2 geologists that I met, and the team we've assembled are completely aligned, right? Nobody works for salary. They're all working for their options, for their equity, right? So I think that the team and the owners are balanced with the shareholders that we do have, right? So it's been a good, and then fifth was we're not presupposing the outcome, right? We're not, so I'm taking investor money and I'm not presupposing and telling my investors I'm going to go public in 6 months because I don't know if that's going to be the right decision or not. I mean, we could go into production for ourselves and stay private. We can actually sell it. I mean, there's just a lot of different options. Going public's one of them, but we're not telling people, look, there's going to be a huge payday 6 months from now, right? So they were the 5 things. And so the project itself is in a place called Railroad Valley, Nevada. It's it's northern Nevada. It's there's about I did look at the election results in the county. There were a total of 4,000 people that voted. So it's not a very populated place. It's near Area 51. And back in 2016, a geologist named Vince Ramirez came up with a way using oil well logs to find brine. Okay, and nobody else had done it. He did it. There were 90 oil wells drilled in that area. We used the data from that. We raised some money. We went in and staked the land. We drilled a well and actually found the brine, and since have done seismic testing and metallurgic testing. And we believe we have 30 billion barrels of this stuff, 30 billion barrels of brine, which would dwarf anything, certainly in North America. So, in going about this, I think the right way, we're actually going to the next phase where we're going to drill 6 to 8 wells. We've started that process in the fall, and then we'll get back into it in the spring once the rainy season ends, and get an independent report that'll tell us exactly what's in the land. Okay, and then at that point, it'll also tell us the composition of what's there. So Roshan's gotten involved. We've been raising friends and family money. I've raised most of this money through business contacts. A lot of them in Oklahoma. First place I came to when I wanted to raise money was the state of Oklahoma. Since I had so many contacts there, and I met Roshan through a friend, and Roshan since has come on board as our exclusive capital partner. So as we raise money for these next phases, I know he'd like to pump money in quicker. Sorry, buddy, but as we raise money for these next phases, the funds are going to come through Roshan and the cost of capital. So if anybody wants any information on the project, I'd be happy to send you a deck and send you the information on it. We are purposely not. We don't have a website. We haven't publicized this thing. We are raising money as we need it, and we'll go to press at the right time when we know exactly what we have. We're not going to sell something that we don't know. We believe we've de-risked this thing about 85% by drilling and finding it. We've got the metallurgic and seismic testing to match that. So we feel we de-risked it, but we want to be 100% confident in what we're selling. So anyway, so that's kind of what the project is, sustainable, just a fun project to be involved in. I don't know if you want to add anything to that, Roshan.
I'll just say thanks for the plug. Always great working with you, Kevin. Thank you so much for that. And it's very excited to be part of this project. I've never seen something with so much potential, and just really happy to be part of the team. Thank you.
Kevin, you're known for diversifying your assets across a lot of different classes and different securities. Mm-hmm. Is rare earth and minerals, is that one of those classes that you feel like is underutilized when people are starting to diversify? I think,
Nick, what happens is people will invest in the companies that promote, right? And I can tell you there's probably 450 companies out there that say they have some sort of rare earth metal finds. 440 of them are probably total bullshit. Excuse me, total crap, right? So, until you get in and see what's under the tires, a lot of these companies either don't have a find or have a find that they'll never be able to harvest because it's environmentally toxic, right? To get some of this stuff out of the earth is environmentally toxic, and even in a mining-friendly state like Nevada, they don't want people coming in and raping and pillaging their land, right? So yeah, it is. I've done a lot of oil and gas with the Roonies. So we did a lot of oil and gas. We did a lot of real estate, and yeah, this is a sector that I think is underrepresented in a lot of people's portfolios.